gosh. Oh, we're getting there. Getting there.
Live from Dooley Health and Care Field in Joliet, Illinois. This evening it is CCAC Championship Baseball. Tonight it is the second game of the 2023 CCAC Baseball Tournament Championship Round. As tonight it will be one game for all the marbles, as it will feature once again a rematch of yesterday's opening game of the championship round, as it will be the Indiana South Bend Titans against the St. Xavier Cougars on a beautiful evening here at Dooley Health and Care Field. Hi again, everybody, and good evening. I'm Tom Westenfeld. Great to have you along with us as we get ready for Championship Tuesday here in Joliet. It'll be game number 15 as the tournament will go the maximum number of games this season. And it is Indiana South Bend against St. Xavier. We are here after St. Xavier winning over Indiana South Bend in game one of the championship round yesterday. The final was 4-2, a good ball game, and St. Xavier able to score late to win that game. And so we have no undefeated teams left in the tournament, and the only teams left with one defeat now are the two teams playing tonight, Indiana South Bend and St. Xavier. Indiana South Bend arriving at this point after winning their opening game over Trinity Christian 5-1 last Thursday morning. Then they defeated number one seeded St. Francis 11-7 before edging Roosevelt by a final of 8-7. And then they suffered their first loss of the tournament in that 4-2 game yesterday. Meanwhile, St. Xavier winning their opening game in a thriller over Olivet Nazarene last Thursday afternoon here in Joliet. And then they were defeated by Roosevelt 7-1, but since then, St. Xavier has been able to run the table in the elimination bracket. St. Xavier winning over Trinity Christian 9-6. Then they defeated St. Ambrose 7-2 and defeated Roosevelt 7-4, and then Indiana South Bend 4-2 yesterday. And so that is how we arrive at this point. Indiana South Bend coming into this game now with an overall record of 24-24 on the season. And St. Xavier now having won their last four games of this tournament. And right now they are a red-hot team looking to make it 5 in a row and win a CCAC championship as they come into the game with an overall record of 30 victories and 25 defeats. And now we'll take a look at the batting orders for tonight's ball game. But first we will have the crowd being asked to rise to their feet, and we'll have the playing of our national anthem. Our national anthem this evening here on Championship Tuesday from Dooley Health and Care Field in Joliet, Illinois. Great to have you along with us wherever you may be as we will take a look at the batting orders for tonight's game. And it'll be St. Xavier, the visiting team tonight. It'll be Kevin Dowling leading it off and in left field, followed by Patrick Hayes, the second baseman. Then Evan Orzik, the catcher, followed by Declan Smythe. He will be batting fourth and at shortstop. Then it'll be Darren Zerillo batting 5th and at third base, followed by Sam Ryan, the DH. It'll be Daniel Barrios batting 9th and at right field. Then Trevor Hauscher batting 8th and at first base, followed by Colin Wolfe batting 9th and in center field. Nico Saldias will be on the mound tonight for St. Xavier. And meanwhile, for Indiana South Bend, it will be Anthony Pohl leading it off and catching, followed by Logan Smith at third base, batting 2nd. Then it'll be Brendan Bell, the first baseman, batting 3rd. Caleb Farnham, the DH, will be in the cleanup spot, followed by Cole Miller in the number 5 spot. He'll be in right field. Then it'll be Brett Sikorsky at shortstop, followed by Owen Benson in center field. Then Devin Smith at second base, and Josiah Nelson will be the left fielder, and Taylor Clifton on the mound tonight for Indiana South Bend as we get ready to go for baseball. Beautiful night right now, 67 degrees. Winds are out of the east at 8 miles an hour. Great weather to wind up this 2023 CCAC tournament, and great to have you along with us. It is going to be Indiana South Bend against St. Xavier, and the warm-up tosses being wrapped up here, and we are about set for baseball this evening here at Dooley Health and Care Field. And it'll be Kevin Dowling leading it off now for St. Xavier. Dowling going 1 for 5 with a run scored in the game yesterday against Indiana South Bend. And here we go as Clifton, left-hander, comes set, working out of the stretch. And we are underway with the first pitch of the ball game, and that'll be in for a called strike. First pitch at 7:02 p.m. And no balls and 1 strike here to Kevin Dowling. Most of the infield in shadow, the outfield mostly still in sunlight, except for a little bit of shadow in left field. There's a breaking ball missing outside. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Dowling, right-handed batter, standing in. And the set now by Clifton. And the pitch. That's a breaking ball, and that'll miss just the off the outside edge, and it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. All right, Clifton kind of in a compact stance there as he gets ready to kick and fire. Swinging a chopper to the right side of the infield. Glove there at first base, and it will be Dowling winding up safe at first base as Brendan Bell fielding the ball, but Clifton did not get over to cover the base, and so a leadoff single here, starting it off for St. Xavier with an infield hit, and that'll bring to the plate Patrick Hayes. Hayes 2 for 3 in game 1 between these two teams. And the right-handed batter stands in with a leadoff runner aboard at first base here for St. Xavier. Here comes the set now. And Clifton kicks and deals. And that's a fastball down and in. And actually, as the pitch goes to the backstop, and Dowling able to take second base on a wild pitch, and I'm going to probably have to correct myself there. That had movement on it. I'm not so sure it was a fastball on second thought, but either way, it did go to the backstop, and a wild pitch charged here to Clifton. And so now St. Xavier right away with a runner in scoring position. And did that hit the batters? Now we have runners at first and second. Let's see here if they rule that it hit the batter. As either way now, Evan Orzik will bat here for St. Xavier. So some interesting goings on here right away in this game. As Clifton now comes set. Now time will be called. Orzik, left-handed hitter, stands in. And the pitch. Overthrew that one. And it will be ball 1, and now we see the live play-by-play feed refresh, and Hayes was in fact hit by that pitch. 1-0 now here to Evan Orzik. 2 on, nobody out here in the top of the first inning for St. Xavier. Orzik 1 for 4 against Indiana South Bend in the first game of this championship round. Here comes the set now. And the delivery. And that'll be in there for a called strike. And the count even now at 1-1. Beautiful evening for baseball here on this 9th day of May, 2023. 1 ball, 1 strike, lefty versus lefty here. The stretch in the pitch. And that'll be over but low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Declan Smythe next. Then it'll be Darren Zerillo if we continue on that far here in this top of the first inning. And St. Xavier threatening to score early as they have 2 on and nobody out in this top of the first inning. Here's the set and the pitch. And that'll be a curve in there. Nicely executed pitch there. Came back in over the inner half of the plate for the called strike, and the count even now at 2-2. Horzik this season overall hitting .318. And the pause. And the 2-2. And that'll be down and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. St. Xavier as a team coming in 333 runs in 55 games this year. A team batting average of .279 and an on-base percentage of .379 and a .380 slugging percentage. Here comes the 3-2, and that'll be taken low, ball 4. That'll load the bases. So a walk here, and Declan Smythe will stand in with a great opportunity here. Smythe yesterday 1 for 4 with a run scored for St. X. And Smythe stands in with the bases loaded and nobody out in the inning. So early trouble here for Taylor Clifton. Let's see if we have a pinch runner coming into the game now. As the bases are filled with St. Xavier Cougars here in the top half of inning number 1. Clifton out of the stretch. And the first pitch here, and that'll be a curve that misses. Maybe a little bit low, maybe a little bit outside. 1 ball, no strikes for Declan Smythe. Smythe for the season hitting .308 with 2 home runs and 28 runs batted in. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. Fouled off to the right out of play, and that'll even it up now, 1-1. Clifton gets the sign. Right now, going at a very leisurely pace here in the top of the first inning. And that 1-1 will dive down low. And now 2 balls and a strike for Declan Smythe. Clifton this season 4-2 with a 7.03 earned run average. 24 and a third innings pitched coming into the game. Here's the 2-1. Kind of a golf swing, rolled over the right side of the mound. And bobbled there at second base. Everybody's safe. And a run comes in, and St. Xavier has an early 1-0 lead. That ball hit toward Devin Smith. And he may have been anticipating a possible double play opportunity, and in the end, not able to cleanly field the ball. And so Dowling scoring from third. Everybody else moves up 1-0 St. Xavier. And here's Darren Zerillo. By the way, Sean Hadlessy now pinch running for Evan Orzek. As Zerillo stands in now for St. Xavier, who leads at 1-0. First pitch, a fastball missing outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Zerillo in yesterday's game had a good outing. 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. 1 ball, no strikes for Zerillo. Bases loaded. Here's the set now by Clifton. And the delivery. Left-hander deals, and that'll miss up and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Lefty versus righty here as Zerillo stands in. Zerillo this year hitting .297. Overall, 30 runs batted in and a chance to drive in 1, maybe multiple runs. Swinging a roller foul to the right side. So now 2 balls and 1 strike. Sam Ryan awaits on deck as St. Xavier trying to put a crooked number on the board here and get off to a good start. They've already gotten off to a good start, trying to get off to a better start. Here's the set now by Clifton in the pitch. And that'll be a strike over the outside edge. And so now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Smythe stands in, back foot just inside the back line of the batter's box. Clifton ready to go. And the pitch. Breaking ball, bounced foul wide of third. Good one-hand catch there in the third base coach's box. And we'll hold it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Clifton against Zerillo. And the 2-2. And that'll be chopped back toward the pitcher, and he came in front of the mound. It went over his head, landed on the back incline of the mound, bounces away, and everybody's safe, and another run comes in. So Zerillo hits a high chopper, and on the play, Clifton came in a step or two, and almost like an outfielder coming in and then realizing it's going to be over his head. The same thing happened here. The ball landed, it looked like, on the back incline of the mound, then skipped away to the left. And another run comes in. Everybody's safe and now meeting at the mound here for Indiana South Bend as it's 2-0 St. Xavier. And it looks like that will be it early on for Clifton. So Clifton does not retire a batter. And we have a new pitcher. The Declan Smythe at bat, by the way, was ruled an error on the second baseman. And our play-by-play feed showing that there was an RBI credited to Smythe. And then Zerillo with an RBI single on the infield. And I'm trying to remember already. I'm not so sure a ball has left the infield. Anyway, new pitcher. We'll tell you about the new man on the mound after a break. 2-0 St. Xavier, top of the second. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. So Robbie Berger is now the new pitcher for Indiana South Bend, and the first batter he will be facing will be Sam Ryan, the DH. 2 runs in, the bases are still loaded, still nobody out here for St. Xavier in the top of the first inning. Everybody's still getting settled in here. There's a swing and a miss, and 0-1 now to Ryan. Berger, right-hander now coming on and trying to shut the door here. He has his work cut out for him here. Berger coming in, a 3-2 record with a 2.38 ERA. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, lofted into left field. That'll be down for a base hit. 1 run will score. Second runner being waved around. He will score. 2 more in for St. Xavier, and they have bolted out to a 4-0 lead here in the top of the first inning. And Sam Ryan with a 2-run single. Hadlessy scoring, along with, I believe, Declan Smythe also scoring there, as Zerillo to second base, and now Daniel Barrios to bat. And a 4-0 lead for St. Xavier. And the first pitch here, and that'll be, look like a little bit low. 1 ball, no strikes here to Daniel Barrios. Barrios yesterday, 3 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored for St. Xavier. They've scored 4 times here in the top of the first inning. The set now by Berger and the pitch. Fastball high, and that'll make it 2-0. And if you're Indiana South Bend, You probably could not have imagined a worse start to this championship game. 2 balls, no strikes here for Barrios. The stretch and the pitch from Berger. That ball is bunted, popped up behind home plate. That'll land. Good effort there by Anthony Pohl, but really not much of a chance to get to the ball. And so the count goes now to 2 balls and a strike. Just getting started here in the top of the first inning, and already 4 on the board here for St. Xavier. And still nobody out. 2 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. That's going to be bunted, and it'll roll up the first base line. Bell fields at first, throws to Devin Smith covering. Successful sacrifice there. That will move runners now to second and third. So 1 away, and 2 more in scoring position for St. Xavier for Trevor Hauscher, the first baseman. Hauscher coming in, hitting at .250. No home runs, 8 runs batted in. And he serves this one to right field, kind of off the end of the bat. 1 run is in. Second runner, I think, running through a stop sign here. The throw to the plate, the tag, and they get him. And that will be the second out of the inning. So 1 run scores there as Zerillo scored, and then Ryan, he barreled right through that stop sign and was out of the plate for out number 2 as Hauscher gets an RBI single out of it. And that'll bring up Colin Wolfe as St. Xavier batting around here. And they now lead it 5-0. So Wolfe stands in, runner at first, 2 away in the inning, and the first pitch. And they'll be in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Wolfe in game 1 against Indiana South Bend, 1 for 3 with a run batted in. Here's the set of the 0-1, and that'll be fouled back. And the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. So 0-2 to Colin Wolfe. Here's the set. As Berger could really use a strikeout here, and he gets one. Swing and a miss, and that'll end the inning. But a disastrous first inning for Indiana South Bend and a tremendous opening frame for St. Xavier. As St. Xavier scores 5 runs in the inning. 5 runs on 4 hits. There was an error and a runner left on base. And after a half inning, it is St. Xavier 5, Indiana South Bend coming to bat. And you're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. We head now to the bottom of the first inning, and work to be done here for Indiana South Bend. They are in a 5-run deficit before they are even able to get a chance to swing the bat, as Nico Saldias is on the mound for St. Xavier. And the first pitch here to Anthony Pohl is a swing and a miss, 0-1 now to the leadoff hitter for Indiana South Bend in the bottom half of inning number 1. And here's the wind now in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Pohl went 1 for 4 in yesterday's game. And so now no balls and 2 strikes for Anthony Pohl. He'll be followed by Logan Smith and then Brendan Bell here for Indiana South Bend. Saldias, the right-hander, comes set now, and the delivery. That'll miss upstairs to make it a ball and 2 strikes. Saldias this season 4-4 with a 3.30 ERA here in 2023. Here's the delivery. Swung on as he reached out. If that one did pull, then fouled it off to the right out of play. So now 2-strike situation prevails here. Lights are on, but not yet having taken full effect here at Dooley Health and Care Field in Joliet, Illinois. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the delivery. Down and away, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll be the first out of the inning. So Saldias right off the back picks up a strikeout victim, and now here's Logan Smith. Smith in yesterday's game, 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Right-handed batter stands in. 1 out, nobody on base for Indiana South Bend in the bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch is in there for a called strike. 0-1 to Logan Smith. Smith hitting .397 for the season, 7 home runs, 36 runs batted in. Had a 400-foot moonshot on the second at bat of the series. Second at bat of the tournament, I should say, to be more accurate, as the ball low and away, 1-1. That was back in the first game of the morning session on Thursday here at Dooley Health and Care Field. Here's the 1-1. A wave and a miss, 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Yeah, that was a mammoth home run to straightaway center. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Down and away. And that'll even things up now with 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of 1, 5-0 St. Xavier, the early lead. And a substantial early lead at that. Here's the stretch now and the pitch. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's the second out of the inning. So 2 away, and that'll leave it up now to Brendan Bell. Bell in game 1 of the championship round, 2 for 4. Had a strikeout as well, but overall a good day for Bell in that 4-2 loss to St. Xavier. St. Xavier trying to sweep the championship round here over basically the champion of the winner's bracket. Is the first pitch down and away, 1-0 here to Brendan Bell. Bell for the season hitting .263. Has 5 home runs and 40 runs batted in. And the pitch. A little bit of a golf swing, fouled off. And the count now 1-1. A ball and a strike. Saldias out of the stretch in the pitch. Well, that looked like it was up in the zone, had some movement, and Bell swinging through it to make it 1-2. Now the right-hander comes set, looking perhaps to strike out the side. Fastball misses upstairs to even it up. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Saldias trying to get out of this inning, trying to be very economical. This is, I believe, his 14th pitch of the inning. And the 2-2 up high, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. And Saldias strikes out the side to start things off defensively for St. Xavier. As in the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base, and after 1 complete, it is Indiana South Bend 5 and St. Xavier nothing. You're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. On we go now to the top of the second inning, and it'll be Kevin Dowling leading it off now for St. Xavier as the top of the order due up for the Cougars, who lead at 5-0. And Robbie Berger going to work here in his first full inning of work, and he'll have to eat up some innings, I would think, here for Indiana South Bend for the Titans to stay in the ball game, as there's the first pitch in for a called strike. No, and it's no balls and a strike for Kevin Dowling. Dowling walked, single to start the ball game, then advanced on a wild pitch, swinging a ground ball into left field between third and short for a solid single there. And so Dowling now, a great start to his championship game as he's 2 for 2, and that'll set it up for Patrick Hayes. The starter for Indiana South Bend, Taylor Clifton, again not retiring a batter, allowing 2 hits, 5 runs, 4 of which were earned, and he walked 1 batter. So now here's Patrick Hayes. And the first pitch to the right-handed hitter started to swing, held up, but the pitch was in there anyway for a called strike, so it's 0-1. Hayes was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. As Indiana South Bend, that was a rough part of the inning there. They had a hit batter, a walk, and then an error. And it really opened the floodgates. There's a throw to first base and the runner back in. So Dowling aboard at first for the second time tonight. Now the stretch. And the next pitch looked like it came in low and away, and behind the plate there, Anthony Pohl ready to fire to first base but never released it. So now Hayes, after a brief interlude, back into the batter's box as the count 1-1 to the St. Xavier second baseman. Next pitch, a wave and a miss, and that'll make it a 2 now. Hayes had a great defensive play in the first game today. I think it really went a long way toward the win for St. Xavier. So he was able to track down a ball in short right field and then throw to first base on an extremely impressive play as he had to range a long way to his left. There's a swing and a foul off to the right. And it stays a 2. We are in the bottom of the first inning, and it is a 5-0 St. Xavier lead, and the Cougars looking for more here. There's the set and the pitch. Swung on and fouled away off to the right side. And we'll hold it a 2. Evan Orzik will be next. Runner at first, nobody out here in the second inning. Throw to first and the runner back in. Well, right now, Indiana South Bend, they have to be reeling here. Here's the set now by Berger, and the pitch. Up in the zone, and swing and a miss. And that'll be a strikeout for Patrick Hayes. That's the first out of the inning for St. Xavier. Berger with a second strikeout here during his relief outing, and that'll bring to the plate Evan Orzik. Orzik had a walk his first time up. Then Hadlessy came in to run for him, and Hadlessy eventually came around to score. 1-on-1 out here in the top of the second inning. St. Xavier a 5-0 lead, and the pitch. And it's a breaking ball in for a called strike on the outer half. Good pitch there by Berger, and the count 0-1. Orzik, left-handed batter, back into the batter's box. The set now by Berger. Throw to first base and the runner back in safely. All right, Berger now again out of the stretch. He'll deal to the plate and a fastball high. So 1-1. Short lead right now by Dowling at first base. 1-1 and the pitch. This is swung on, popped up left side down the line. toward the bullpen. 3 players converging on it. Diving attempt there, it looked like by Sikorsky, the shortstop. Did he get to it? Oh, it looks like he did. He was able to dive for it as he went back into his right. And a fine play there for the second out of the inning. Dowling stays put at first base, and now that'll bring up Declan Smythe. Smythe officially 0 for 1, but he reached on an error. And a run came in on that play. As righty versus righty here in the first pitch. Started to swing, and a pitch that was up in the zone held up, and the appeal to the first base umpire, and no swing there, and so the count is 1 ball and no strikes for Declan Smythe. Runner at first, 2 away. Well, right now, Indiana South Bend, I think they need to get this out to try to find a way to try to start to move the momentum, if not back in their favor, at least away from St. Xavier a little bit, is throw to first and the runner back in. One ball, no strikes, and the pitch. Runner going, there's a swing and a foul straight back. So we'll leave it up now, 1-1. Our final game of the 2023 CCAC baseball season. We're so busy in this end of the athletics spectrum covering the end of winter sports, you kind of forget that the baseball season starting for many teams way back in mid to early February. There's a swing and a foul back. And 1 ball and 2 strikes. I know had some softball assignments way back in early February in an indoor venue. And now here we are, about a third of the way through the month of May, and we're about to wrap up the season. There's a fastball up high. And so that'll make it now 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 out, runner on, top of the second inning, and it is a 5-0 St. Xavier lead. Berger coming set. And the delivery. A little mini golf swing there, lifted in the air, fairly deep right field, back toward the fence and reaching up, and that ball will get to the wall. 1 run will come in to score on an RBI double, and St. Xavier has their 6th run of the game on the board. Dowling able to come around and score as Declan Smythe really put a charge into that one. Back into his right there was Cole Miller, the right fielder, not able to track it down. And so now it's a 6-0 lead for St. Xavier. And that will bring up Darren Zerillo. That ball was not a home run, but still going a long way there and driving in a run on a 2-base hit. Zerillo now 1 for 1 with an RBI single his first time up back in the first inning. Righty versus righty here in the pitch. And that'll be a strike. Look like around knee-high level there. And the count, no balls and a strike. Top of 2. Now a 6-run lead for St. Xavier, as they're up 6-0. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and a little bloop down the right field line, curling toward foul territory there, but did it land inside the line? As heading toward the foul line there was Miller, and it was dropped in, almost perfectly placed right down the line, and so another run comes in as Declan Smythe able to score. As Zerillo, the RBI single to the right side. And now it's 7-0. And that'll bring up Sam Ryan, who is 1 for 1, and he's driven in 2. Berger steps off the rubber now as Ryan steps back away from the plate. Here comes the set now, and the pitch. And it'll be down and away. Ryan, right-handed batter, stands in. Here's the set by Berger and the delivery. Swing and a miss there. Ryan stands set back in the batter's box. Count on the board, a ball and a strike now to Ryan. Berger turns, throws to first base, and the runner back in. So 5 in the first inning, and now St. Xavier, so far at least, able to tack on 2 here in the second. And the pitch. Swinging a foul back. And so that'll square it up now. Actually, it'll be a 1-2 count here to Sam Ryan. Berger comes set, and the 1-2. Fouled straight back, and we'll try it again at a ball and 2 strikes. Darren Zerillo aboard at first. 2 more on the board for St. Xavier here in inning number 2. Another 1-2 offering on the way. Reaching out here and serving into the short center field. That'll be dropping in for a base hit for Ryan. Zerillo pulls in at second base. And right now everything is falling St. Xavier's way. Looked like Ryan got kind of fooled on the pitch there. Reached out. Nearly caught the end of the bat, but he lofted it just in the perfect spot again. And now 2 on and 2 away and 2 in for St. Xavier, and Daniel Barrios 2 up. Barrios, a sacrifice his first time up. As Berger trying to prevent any more damage here. Berger comes set now, and the first pitch. And that'll be taken on the inner half. Called strike. That ball was diving down and in the zone. But it was a called strike. No balls and 1 strike here. Berger gets the sign and the delivery. And that'll be taken in there. Looked like another breaking ball in for a strike. That one was almost out on the heart of the plate there. And so no balls and 2 strikes. Trevor Hauscher would be next. 2 on, 2 out. And 2 in for St. Xavier. 7 runs on 8 hits so far for the Cougars. Swinging a foul back. And we'll try it again at no balls and 2 strikes. Barrios stands in. 0-2 count. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that'll end the inning. But St. Xavier able to add to their lead as they pick up 2 more runs in the inning. 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors and 2 left on base. We go bottom 2. It is St. Xavier 7, Indiana South Bend nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. So now staked to a 7-run lead. Nico Saldias goes to work here after a 14-pitch first inning in which he struck out the side. He will face Caleb Farnham now to lead it off here for Indiana South Bend in the bottom of the second inning. 7-0 St. Xavier the lead. Saldias now comes set, and the first pitch. That'll be popped up foul to our left and out of play. And 0-1 to Farnham. Farnham in the first game between these two teams went 0 for 3 with an RBI. No balls, one strike here to the left-handed hitter. Righty versus lefty. And the delivery. That'll be popped up again almost in the same spot. And now 0-2. Both pitches popped up and high overhead onto the roof here at Dooley Health and Care Field. Our 15th game of the tournament that began last Thursday. It's gone by quickly. Here's the 0-2, swing and a miss. Oh, I think that kind of fooled Farnham there. That did not look like a fully committed swing there, and Farnham is out on strikes for the the first out of the second inning. And 4 batters and 4 strikeouts now for Saldias, and here is Cole Miller. Miller 0 for 4 in game 1 of this tournament championship round. There's a swing and a grounder over to the right side of the infield, over the right side of the mound, and it's gloved there at second base by Hayes. A little bit of trouble, but he recovers. And Hayes throws to first for the out, and that's the second out of the inning. And our first non-strikeout out of the game retired here by Nico Saldias, and now that'll bring up Brett Sikorsky. Sikorsky 0 for 3 in game 1 of the championship round. He's had a really good series defensively at shortstop. Really good tournament, which I guess you could substitute the word series for. Anyway, here's the first pitch to him. And it'll be high and away, 1 ball and no strikes to Brett Sikorsky. He'll be followed by Owen Benson and then Devin Smith. Indiana South Bend still in search of their first hit and their first base runner of this game. And the delivery. Swinging the ball, hit in the air to right field. And, oh, that was a rocket there. Got out there quickly, but a little hop into the air by Barrios. Reaches up and reels it in, and that'll end the inning. So in the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And after 2, it's St. Xavier 7, Indiana South Bend nothing. You are tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. Trevor Hauscher will start it up now for St. Xavier here in the top half of inning number 3. St. Xavier a commanding 7-0 lead here early in the game. Robbie Berger goes to work on the mound for Indiana South Bend, and the first pitch is in there for a called strike. 0-1 to Hauscher. Hauscher, Wolf, and then back to the top of the order, and Kevin Dowling here for St. X. No balls, 1 strike in the pitch. There's a swing, a little foul ball at home plate that'll spin back to the back wall behind the plate, and the count 0-2 now to Hauscher. Hauscher 1 for 1 with an RBI single back in the first inning. St. Xavier sent 9 batters to the plate in the first inning. They almost did the same in inning number 2. As Hauscher takes here, high and tight. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hauscher and Wolf were the only 2 Cougars to not bat in the second inning, when St. Xavier scored twice. And there is a pitch that came inside. Did it hit him? And, well, let's see here what the call is. A little bit of a protest there from Hauscher. Either way, it appears as if there's 1 out in the inning. And that'll bring up Colin Wolf. We've had 1 catcher's interference. We've had a couple of balks in this tournament over the last few days. Now a little discussion here going on. As Colin Wolf will now bat. Wolf struck out to end the first inning, goes after the first pitch here and came up empty. And so the count, no balls and 1 strike. Top half of inning number 3, there's a wave and a miss. And a pitch down and away. New ball tossed out here, as there may have been contact with that ball. And Hauscher is scored to have struck out swinging. To start the inning for St. Xavier here in the second. Here's the pitch. That'll be a swung on and missed, strike 3. That'll be the second out of the inning. And Berger, back-to-back strikeouts. He has now fanned the last 3 batters he has faced. So 2 up, 2 down for St. Xavier here in the third inning. And now back to the top of the order and Kevin Dowling. Dowling 2 for 2, a pair of singles and 2 runs scored. Top of 3, 2 out, nobody on for St. Xavier. They lead at 7-0. Here's the first pitch. Kind of an inside swing there. And that'll be fouled off to the right on a play. I was going to say inside out, but really that didn't seem to be, that would not have been accurate. As Dowling, it looked like that ball certainly came inside on him, and he kept his arms in compact all through the follow-through. Taking here, down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike for Dowling. Patrick Hayes would be next. 2 out, nobody on here in the top of the third. Berger comes set. And that heater will be in there for a called strike on the inner half. And Dowling behind now at a ball and 2 strikes. Berger comes set in the delivery. Swung on and popped foul, looked like off to the right side. And it stays in a 1-2 count. Beautiful day today, now turning into a very nice early evening here in Joliet. As that 1-2 down and away to make it a 2 balls and 2 strike situation now for Kevin Dowling. Robbie Berger, the right-hander, has had some impressive outings in this tournament. He's worked 2 2/3 so far. There's a flare out to short left field that'll drop in for a base hit. Nelson ranges over and gets the ball back into the infield, but a 2-out single there for Kevin Dowling. What a day he's having here in this championship matchup. He's now 3 for 3 in the game, and that'll bring it up now to Patrick Hayes. Hayes has been hit by a pitch and struck out. So Hayes stands in, runner at first and 2 away, and the pitch by Berger. And that'll be, it looked like a breaking ball, came in a little bit low, might have been a tad inside, as either way the count goes to 1 ball and no strikes. Hayes, right-handed batter, even stance back in the batter's box. Here's the 1-0. That jammed him, and it's fouled back. Count even at 1-1. Looked like that ball made contact right above the bat handle there. Not much you can do with that pitch. So a ball and a strike here. Berger out of the stretch. Short lead by the runner at first, swinging a foul. And now we're at 1-2. Well, normally we'd tell you when our next game would be, but this wraps it up for the tournament here tonight. A win, basically a winner-take-all ball game. I was about to say winner go home as there's a ball. A little bit low there. And the count goes now to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, it is in a way a winner go home game, but it is also a winner-take-all game. You win, and you take home the CCAC championship. Here's the set now by Berger and the 2-2. A little bit of a golf swing. It rolls right over the mound and into center field for a base hit. A little bit of a turnaround second there by Dowling, but he stays there. And now runners at first and second for St. Xavier. On yet another hit for the Cougars, and that'll bring up Evan Orzek. Well, we're 2 2/3 into this game, and St. Xavier already now with 10 hits. As Orzik stands in, popped out to shortstop last time up on a fine play by Brett Sikorsky, who went into foul territory and a ball down near the bullpen and made a diving play for the out. Orzik has also walked in this game. Here's the set now by Berger and the pitch. And that'll miss just off the outside edge. 1 ball, no strikes. I thought for a second there I might have called that a little bit too early, but it did go outside. And it was ball 1. Declan Smythe would be next. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch swung on, lifted in the air toward left field. This will carry back out, and then taking a tumble there is Nelson, but he's able to come up with it to end the inning on a little bit of an acrobatic grab. And so the inning comes to an end. So St. Xavier threatens, but for the first time in this game, they do not score in an inning. No runs, and 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and it is St. Xavier 7, Indiana South Bend nothing, and you're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. Owen Benson now will lead things off here for Indiana South Bend as we play here in the 2023 CCAC championship game. And here's a bunt up the first base side. Rolling about halfway to the line, picked up there, but no throw available after Trevor Hauscher came in and made the pickup, but wisely held onto it, and so that's a bunt single to start the inning and the first hit and first base runner of the game for Indiana South Bend. I don't think that's a bad idea there. Obviously worked out well for Benson. Kind of trying to change things up there and trying to get his team some momentum. Now here's Devin Smith. Smith went 0 for 3 in game 1 of this championship round against St. Xavier. Righty versus lefty here. And the first pitch. There's a bunt. Now to the left side. Charging, and Zerillo gloves at third, throws to first base. A little bit low, but dug out there nicely by Hauscher for the out. And on the sacrifice, Owen Benson goes to second base, and there's 1 away in the inning. And right now, it looks like Indiana South Bend, their thinking is at least let's get a run on the board and then go from there. As they trail 7-0 in this game, here now is Josiah Nelson, who went 1 for 3 with a run scored in the first game between these two teams yesterday. Here's the set now by Nico Saldias. And the delivery. High and tight, 1 ball, no strikes here for Nelson. 1 on, 1 out. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 7-0 in favor of St. Xavier. Saldias looks in for the sign. And the pitch. Fastball upstairs. Now 2-0 to the number 9 hitter in the Titan order. Titans have been out hit now 10-1 in this game, and we're not even a third of the way through. And that is the one factor that Indiana South Bend can kind of take comfort in is that there's still quite a ways to go in the game. There's a breaking ball in for a strike. And now 1-2 to Nelson. Let's see, they have 2-1 on the board. Looked like the right arm went up there. And it is, in fact, 2-1. Saldias comes set. There's a swing and a miss at a ball that dove down in the zone. And now it is a two-strike situation. Two balls, two strikes. Lights now almost at full effect here as we play now in the twilight hours here in downtown Joliet. Here comes the 2-2 offering. Swing and a miss, strike three, and that'll be out number two in the inning. Good pitch there by Saldias, a pitch that went low and away out of in the zone there. Kind of the lower and outside part of the zone. And Nelson swinging through it, and I'm not sure he could have done much with that pitch anyway. It was a greatly located pitch. And back to the top of the order now, and Anthony Pohl. Pohl 0 for 1 with a swinging strikeout. Runner at second, 2 away here for the Titans in the bottom of the third inning. They trail St. Xavier 7-0. Here's the set now. And the first pitch. That'll be high and inside, nearly hit his left shoulder there, but 1-0 here now to Pohl. Pohl stands in. Stands set back toward the back part of the batter's box. And the pitch. That's a soft liner, one hopper, and knocked down there at second base. Almost in short right field. Hayes, another great play, got to his feet, fired to first, and that'll end the inning. Already some spectacular defense in this game by both teams. And the latest play there resulting in a putout to end the inning. And so Indiana South Bend not able to do anything with that leadoff single. No runs in the inning on a hit, no errors. And a runner left on base, and after 3, it is St. Xavier 7, Indiana South Bend 0, and you are tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. We head now to the top of the fourth inning. Declan Smythe to lead it up now for St. Xavier. And the first pitch here, that'll be upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes for Smythe. It'll be Smythe, Zerillo, and Ryan due up for St. X. St. Xavier leading it by a score of 7-0. They were held scoreless for the first time in an inning. Last go around in the third, there's a swing and a foul back. And now 1-1 here to Smythe, who has reached on an error, has doubled, and he is being credited right now with 2 RBIs in this game. So Smythe officially 1 for 2. Robbie Berger, 57 pitches coming into the inning. There's a fastball up high. 2 balls and 1 strike now for Smythe. Berger looks in, gets the side. And the pitch. That jammed him, and it's popped up right side, foul territory. Bell over, and he came in and made the two-handed catch at first base for the out, and that's the first out of the inning. Really not that close to the bag in reality, kind of halfway up the line, and almost Bell was angling toward the right side on deck circle, as that'll bring up Darren Zerillo. Zerillo 2 for 2 with a pair of RBIs here tonight. Those two hits, both singles for the St. Xavier third baseman. First pitch, and high and inside as he backs out of the way of that one, and the count 1-0. Kind of bends back out of the way of that one. And 1 ball and no strikes. Righty versus righty in the pitch. And that'll be in for a called strike. And the count even now, 1-1. 1-1 count and the delivery. And that looked like an off-speed delivery there, and it caught the inner half of the plate for the called strike. So now Zerillo behind and a ball on 2 strikes. And the 1-2 hit high in the air, medium deep left field. There's Nelson underneath it, and he waits and makes the catch, and that'll be the second out of the inning. So 2 away, and with the bases empty, Sam Ryan now will come to the plate. Ryan 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Ryan a single in the first and in the second. Driven in 2, after he singled, he was out of the plate after running through a stop sign. As the first pitch here misses up high, 1 ball and no strikes. Ryan, right-handed batter, awaits in the batter's box. As Berger stands in, and the pitch. And it'll be over but a little bit low. 2-0. Berger now at 67 pitches. There's a heater in it, letter high, called strike. And now your count 2 balls and a strike. Berger trying to set down St. Xavier in order. And that would be the first time that would have happened here tonight. There's a ball in the turf around home plate. And so it goes to 3-1 now, as Sam Ryan stands in for St. Xavier. 7-0 Cougars, top of the 4th inning. We hit the middle frames of this championship ball game. Here's the set now and the delivery. Up high, ball 4, and that spoils the 1-2-3 inning, and St. Xavier with yet another base runner on the base paths. So a 2-out walk to Ryan, and that will send up Daniel Barrios. Barrios 0 for 2, a ground out and a swinging strikeout. Barrios, left-handed batter, stands in. And the pitch. Line drive up the middle towards second base. Takes 2 hops behind second. Sikorsky fields nicely and then flips to Devin Smith covering. A nice play there to end the inning on the force play. I thought that was going to get through, but Sikorsky other ideas, and that'll end the inning on the fielder's choice. So in the inning, St. Xavier does not score. No runs, no hits. We had a walk, no errors, and a runner left on base. And we go bottom 4. It is St. Xavier 7 and Indiana South Bend nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. We go bottom 4 in the CCAC Tournament Championship matchup. Logan Smith to start it off now for Indiana South Bend as the Titans trail at 7-0 in this game. Nico Saldias comes set now. He's thrown 29 pitches during his first 3 innings of work, and the first pitch here is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Smith 0 for 1 with a swinging strikeout back in inning number 1. As we play here in the 4th inning. As we are in the bottom of the 4th inning, and the next pitch coming in, and that'll be off the plate, and the count even now at a ball and a strike. Smith, Bell, and Farnham due up for Indiana South Bend. Here's the 1-1. That'll be upstairs, 2 balls and a strike. Really impressed here with Saldias on the mound. You never know how a pitcher might react. It's always interesting to see. Before Saldias even threw a pitch, his team had given him a 5-run lead, and now that lead has been bumped up to 7. There's a swing and a foul. And it's always interesting to see how pitchers will react to that scenario, whether they relax a little bit or whether they stay on their game. And right now it's been the latter here for Saldias. Here's the set now, and the 2-2. Curveball up high, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, right now I'm sure Saldias does not want to issue a leadoff walk here with his team up by 7. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball dove down in the way. Great pitch there. A wave and a miss. And Smith, for the second time in the game, is out on a swinging strikeout, and that'll bring up Brendan Bell. Bell struck out swinging his first time up. Here's the set now, and the first pitch. Swinging a foul. And so the count, no balls and a strike. Saldias now 6 strikeouts in 3 1/3 innings work. Here's the 0-1. This is lined to the right side, and that'll be into right field for a base hit. So Bell lines a single to right. The second hit of the ball game for Indiana South Bend, and now that'll send up Caleb Farnham. So 1 on 1 out here for the Titans in the bottom of the 4th inning. Farnham 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Saldias struck out the side in the first inning, and since then has added 3 more punch outs. First pitch here in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Farnham, left-handed batter, stands in, no balls and a strike. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. That makes it 0-2. One on, one out, bottom of 4, 7-0, St. Xavier in front. Here's the stretch. And there's a swing and a foul tip, caught behind the plate there by Evan Orzik, and that's out number 2 on yet another strikeout for Nico Saldias. So 2-away, runner remaining at first base for Cole Miller. Miller 0 for 1 with a ground out to second base. He was the first batter to put a ball into play for the Titans in this game, and it wound up to be an out. There's a swing and a miss there. And so 0-1 now to Cole Miller. Brett Sikorsky would be next if the inning continues. As right now the Titan offense has been shut down. Just 2 runs now in almost a game and a half of this championship round after they had been able to really score quite a few runs in the earlier rounds of the tournament. There's a ball low and outside, 1-1 now. Titans put up 11 against St. Francis and won 8-7 against Roosevelt. There's a swing and a ball hit sharply to the left side. Glove there at short, and the underhand toss from Smythe to Hayes gets the force play, and that'll end the inning. So in the inning, no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. And we head to inning number 5 And it remains St. Xavier 7, Indiana South Bend nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. We move to the top half of inning number 5, the middle frame of this 9-inning championship matchup. And it'll be Trevor Hauscher leading it up now for St. Xavier against Robbie Berger, who has gone 4 innings and has allowed 2 earned runs, struck out 5 and walked a batter, swinging a pop up behind home plate. And that ball will land right on top of us here, I think. And so the count 0-1 here to Trevor Hauscher. Anthony Pohl ran out of room trying to get to that ball. Back behind home plate, no balls and a strike now to Hauscher. He'll be followed by Colin Wolf, then back to the top of the order, and Kevin Dowling for St. Xavier. Berger now at 72 pitches, and the delivery. Swung on in a soft liner into left field for a base hit. Good effort there by Logan Smith at third. Leaped into the air, just not able to get to it. And those little soft liners and bloops have been falling in perfectly in this game for St. Xavier, and a leadoff single for Trevor Hauscher. And that'll bring to the plate Colin Wolf. Wolf is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. With 2 strikeouts, as a matter of fact. Struck out in the first and third innings. Here's a bunt popped into the air, foul territory, and behind into the left of home plate. Little sliding grab there by Pohl as he went down to a knee as he made the grab, and that's the first out of the inning. So the sacrifice attempt goes a little sideways there, and it results in a pop out. And now back to the top of the order, and Kevin Dowling. Dowling working on a perfect night here. He's 3 for 3 with 3 singles and 2 runs scored. He's got a 1,000 batting percentage, batting average in the game, and a 1,000 on-base percentage. First pitch here. Over but low, 1 ball and no strikes. Pohl up to his feet quickly, ready to fire to first base, but no throw was made. Righty versus righty here. Berger now comes set, and the pitch. And that'll miss low and away. And so it is now going to be 2 balls and no strikes. Good thing I looked at the board as I marked that incorrectly in my scorebook. Anyway, here's the 2-0. Fouled back off to the right on a play. And now it is going to be a 2-1 count. One on here, top of 5. St. Xavier leading at 7-0. Swinging a ball hit in the air, sliced to right center field. Looks like it'll be playable here. It stays up in the air and, not able to hold on to it. It looks like there. Cole Miller ranging to his right and not able to make the catch. I was not looking through it by binoculars, which I'll sometimes do, so I'm not sure where it might have hit him. But Miller not able to hold on to it, and everybody's safe now. Runners at first and second for St. Xavier. And now that'll bring to the plate Patrick Hayes. That'll be scored an E9. And now Hayes a chance to drive in a run. Runners at first and second. Breaking ball in for a called strike, and it's 0-1. And right now, nothing in this game has gone right for Indiana South Bend. They trail 7-0, top of the fifth inning. Here's the set now. And the pitch. A little bit of a jam shot. Popped up right side, foul territory. Brendan Bell over to have a look, but it'll be out of play. So now 0-2. And already, when you're down by this many, first you got to get out of this inning without any further damage. But already, even though it's the fifth inning, you got to be in a posture of time is starting to run out. If you're Indiana South Bend, it gets late early with a large deficit. Swinging a foul up to the right, out of play. And will remain at no balls and 2 strikes. Action right now in the Indiana South Bend bullpen. Berger now at 80 pitches, so you wonder how much longer he'll be able to stay in the game. He's been very good in this tournament in relief for Indiana South Bend. There's a swing and a miss at a ball that came sort of inside. And so Hayes strikes out, and that'll be out number 2 in the inning. So 2 away, and that'll leave it up to Evan Orzek. Orzek 0 for 2 with a walk. He walked back in the first inning, was lifted for a pinch runner. That was Sean Hadlessy, who then came in to score. 2 on, 2 out, top of 5. Berger needs to get this batter here. First pitch, that'll be a heater, and in there for a called strike on the inner half. Looked like it was around letter high, too. So now 0-1 to Orzek. Orzek flied to left field his last time up, on a fine play there by Josiah Nelson on a sliding grab. Here's the kick in the 0-1. Curve down low to even it up. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, St. Xavier looking to make it twin titles this spring as their softball team able to advance to the NAIA Softball World Series. They're off to the state of Oregon for their first round action. There's a strike called on the inner half. And the count now going to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Orzek back into the batter's box. Berger looks in for the sign. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss, and a ball dove down and in the zone. Great pitch there to get the strikeout, and that'll end the inning. So Berger fans 2 in that inning, and he strands 2 as well. No runs in the inning on a hit, an error, and 2 left on base. And we're halfway home in our championship game, and the score is St. Xavier 7 and Indiana South Bend nothing. You're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. We roll along to the bottom of the 5th inning here at Dooley Health and Care Field in Joliet, Illinois. Great to have you aboard as St. Xavier leading it by a score of 7-0. And the left-handed hitting Titan shortstop Brett Sikorsky to lead it off takes a called strike. And so Sikorsky behind at 0-1. Sikorsky lined to right his first time up. Titans have been out hit by the Cougars 11-2 in this game. There have been 2 errors charged in this game, both to Indiana South Bend, swinging a bouncer to the right of home plate. And now 0-2 to Sikorsky. Sikorsky, Benson, and Smith due up for the Titans. So Nico Saldias, he sends that pitch up high. And the count goes now to 1-2 strikes. Saldias started the first game for St. Xavier, and he's had a great outing so far. Struck out 7 now in 4 innings of work. Swinging a ground ball that got out beyond the mound before hitting the ground. And it goes right to Declan Smythe, who scoops it up, throws to first base, 1 away in the inning. So Sikorsky grounds out to his counterpart, Declan Smythe, and that'll bring to the plate Owen Benson.
Center fielder number 19, Owen Benson.
Benson had a beautiful bunt single to start the 3rd inning for Indiana South Bend. Takes the first pitch here high and tight, and it's 1-0. That hit was the first of 2 thus far for the Titans. As the 1-0 pitch on the way. Curve and a little bit low. So now 2 balls and no strikes. So far, Indiana South Bend has left 2 runners on base. Here's the 2-0. And that jammed him, and it's going to be fouled away. And the count goes down to 2 balls and 1 strike. All in all, a very nice spring evening here. Good crowd on hand here at downtown Joliet. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. And again, Saldias, great placement there. Pitch tailed away toward the outer half of the plate. And now we're even at 2-2. Saldias comes set now. The 2-2. Swinging a foul again to the right side, and we'll try it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. New ball thrown out to Nico Saldias. Who so far is throwing a gem in this game. Right-hander comes set now on the 1-2. Lofted towards the short right field area there, and that'll drop in for a base hit. 3rd hit of the game for the Titans, and a 1-out base runner aboard for Indiana South Bend for Devin Smith. Smith had to sacrifice his first plate appearance. Bats here with 1 on and 1 out. Saldias comes set now. And the pitch. That jammed Smith, and he fouls it off, pulling it to the right side, and so he's quickly behind at 0-1. Josiah Nelson next, then it would be back to the top of the order here for St. Xavier, or for Indiana South Bend. St. Xavier the lead by a score of 7-0. They scored 5 in the first, 2 more in the second. And that is the extent of the scoring here in this game. This ball pulled down the right field line, and that'll hook foul down the right field line. 0-2 now to Devin Smith. Smith back into the batter's box. No balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Again, jammed him there, and a swing and a miss. Thought maybe there might have been contact there initially, but it's a strikeout either way, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. And that will bring up Josiah Nelson. Nelson, right-handed batter, stands in. And the pitch. And that first offering down and away, 1 ball and no strikes to Nelson. Well, this Titan offense, which was really kind of rolling along during the early rounds of this game, of this tournament rather, shut down in this game and also in this final championship round of the tourney. As that next pitch came in low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Swing and a miss at a ball that dove down in the zone. And now Nelson in a 2-strike situation. And right now you can tell Indiana South Bend, just by their body language, really demoralized right now as they trail by 7. There's a swing and a ball lifted in the air, curling toward the left field corner. Long run here, but reaching up and the catch made by Kevin Dowling in left field, and that'll end the inning. Good jump there by Dowling, and he runs it down for the out. So in the inning, no runs on a 1-out base hit, no errors, 1 left on base, and after 5. Well, right now, St. Xavier cruising. They lead 7-0. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. We are through 5 in the CCAC Tournament Championship game. It's been all St. Xavier so far. They lead it 7-0, and Declan Smythe now will lead it off for the Cougars here in the top of the 6th inning. First pitch will be upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes for Declan Smythe. It'll be Smythe, Zerillo, and Ryan due up now for St. Xavier. 7-0 ball game. Robbie Berger remaining on the mound. And now at 88 pitches as there's a swing and a foul back. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Smythe 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. And he popped out to first base last time up. And he goes after that one and now is behind at 1-2. 7 runs, 11 hits, no errors for St. Xavier. No runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for Indiana South Bend. Here's the set now in the delivery. And that went down in the zone, but it'll be fouled off. Good job there by Smythe, I think, just to make contact. And so we'll hold now at a ball and 2 strikes. And the kick and the pitch. Sprayed foul to the right. We'll try it again. Indiana South Bend, the number 5 seed in the tournament. There's another tapper foul. And we'll hold again at a ball and 2 strikes. St. Xavier, the number 3 seed coming into this event. And another ball that is spoiled off to the right out of play. That was an inside-out swing there. Classic example. The pitch came in down and in the zone. And Good job there again by Smythe to get a hold of that pitch. So it is 1-2. Here comes the set now. And the pitch. And that'll miss. Looked like a little bit low, maybe a tad outside. Count even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the 6th inning on a very pleasant evening here in Joliet, Illinois. We've had a little bit of a weather issue, but no, there's a check swing foul to the right side. But we had an hour delay in the winner's bracket game on Saturday night between Indiana South Bend and Roosevelt. And we had a little rain as well. There's a swing and another foul ball. Good battle here going on. A little rain as well during one of the other games here in Joliet, but the first 2 days were perfect weather-wise, Thursday and Friday. As there's a ball low and away. Good stop behind the plate there, although it was kind of immaterial. There's nobody on base. 3-2 now to Declan Smythe. But unlike last year where the weather really wrestled with a schedule, there's a called third strike. As Smythe thought he had a walk, and he'll make a right turn back to the dugout, and that's the first out of the inning. So Berger with a strikeout to start this inning, and now he'll face Darren Zerillo. Yeah, last year's schedule was kind of turned upside down. But this year, all of the games played on schedule. A little bit worried yesterday, but we got the 2 games in. It was interesting. As the first pitch in there for a called strike, 0-1 to Zerillo. Zerillo is 2 for 3, fly to left field his last time up. He has a pair of singles and 2 runs batted in the ball game. Here's the set now. And the 0-1. Swing and a miss. That makes it 0-2. The first game yesterday, the final standalone elimination game between Roosevelt and St. Xavier, was delayed the start by just about 15 minutes. And there was some occasional, I think, drizzle during that game, but as there's a swing and a miss, strike 3, that's the second out of the inning. And now Berger has fanned the last 4 batters he has faced. And that'll bring up Sam Ryan. But it was interesting. A little bit of rain at the start of the day yesterday. I live up north in the northwest suburbs, and I'm told it rained all day there. I guess anywhere north of I-88, a little bit of a different story yesterday. Here's the first pitch, a golf swing, and it's hit into the air. Medium deep right field, and there is Cole Miller, makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. And St. Xavier set down an order here in their half of the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We go bottom 6. It is St. Xavier 7, Indiana South Bend nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. We head now to the bottom of the 6th inning. And it'll be the top of the order. Indiana South Bend's Anthony Pohl will start it off here. Goes after the first pitch and skies it in the air. Short center field. Who's going to call for it here? As backing up, and it looked like that was Hayes, the second baseman, able to make the grab, and that's the first out of the inning. Nico Saldias now going through the order in the third for the third time here tonight. And he starts off the third time through the order, getting a pop out for the first out of the sixth inning for Indiana South Bend. And that'll bring to the plate Logan Smith. 60 pitches now and 5 1/3 for Saldias. Smith 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And the pitch. And that'll be low and outside and 1-0. There was an appeal to the first base umpire who said no swing. 1 ball and no strikes to Smith. And the delivery here. Swing and a miss, and that bat goes flying. Helicoptering into the Indiana South Bend dugout. Hopefully everybody will be okay there. As that ball came in, looked like a curve in the middle of the zone, and then the bat went flying into the dugout. That can be scary. I think, though, it cleared as most of the Titans players are up on the front step of the dugout, and so I think it sailed over all of them and wound up probably flying into the back wall of the dugout there. But hopefully there wasn't anybody still on the bench. Hopefully everybody okay, and I believe that's the case, as otherwise we would not be continuing the game as there's a called strike. And now 1-2 here to Logan Smith. Saldias comes set, looking for his 9th strikeout of the game. Here's the delivery. And he gets it, swing and a miss, and a ball down in the zone, and that's the second out of the inning. And Saldias has been brilliant in this game. 9th strikeout of the game for Nico Saldias, and now that'll bring up Brendan Bell. Bell is 1 for 2, a strikeout and a single. Singled in the 4th and was later out on the bases on a fielder's choice. The first pitch. And that'll be just off the inside edge. 1 ball, no strikes here to Brendan Bell. Caleb Farnham would be next. Bottom of 6, 7-0 St. Xavier with a lead. Here's the 1-0. And that one caught the inner part of the zone for a called strike. And we're even at 1-1. 2 out, nobody on base. Base runners have been scarce tonight for Indiana South Bend. There's a ball into the dirt or into the field turf. It skips to the back wall behind the plate, and now 2-1. Titans have left 3 runners on base, 1 runner left on in each of the last 3 innings. Here's the set now. And the pitch swung on in a hard hit grounder out to Hayes at second base on the edge of the outfield, throws to first, and that'll be a 1-2-3 inning. So, once again for the Titans, they are retired in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base, and right now Saldias seems to be on cruise control. We go to the 7th, 7-0 St. Xavier. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. We move to the top of the 7th inning, 7-0 St. Xavier. And Daniel Barrios leading it off, and he swings and foul, tips the first pitch at home plate, so he's behind at 0-1. All of the St. Xavier runs coming in the first 2 innings, a 5 spot in the top half of the first, and then 2 more in the second inning. And since then, they have been able to keep Indiana South Bend off the board. Now a little bit of a break here as that foul ball, I believe, caught Anthony Pohl. And so he's been given a chance here to try to walk that off, and he's okay. Gets a good hand from the crowd. And 0-1 to Barrios. I thought initially that ball may have hit the batter, but instead it made contact with Pohl, who's back behind the dish. Good to see that. And the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now for Barrios. Robbie Berger remaining on the hill here for Indiana South Bend. 6 innings so far. In his own right, he's had a great game. 9 strikeouts as well, 1 walk. There's a ball down low. A lot of strikeouts in this game. Up around 20 right now. And there's a swing and a miss. And that'll be the first out of the inning and a strikeout of Daniel Barrios. And now that will bring to the plate Trevor Hauscher. Hauscher, 2 for 3, a pair of singles and RBI. Singled last time up. Was able to advance as far as second base, but no further. Bats here with 1 out, nobody on base. And a comebacker, and that will make its way out to second base. Glove there by Devin Smith, who throws to first for the out. I'm not sure whether or not Berger made contact with that. He kind of, I think, tried to make a stab at it there. We'll see if he gets an assist. As there are now 2 down in the inning. Looks like on the official scoring it went 4-3. And now here's Wolf. 2 out, nobody on in the 7th. Swinging a pop foul back behind home plate, and it's out of play, and it's 0-1. Wolf is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and a foul out to the catcher. Was set by Berger, and the 0-1. That'll be up high to even it up now, 1 ball and 1 strike. Winner moves on to the NAIA World Series opening round. St. Francis this season, the host team of the tournament, and the #1 seed has already won the regular season title. There's a breaking ball in for a strike. 1-2 here to Colin Wolf. Berger out of the stretch. The 1-2. Pop foul back out of play. And we'll hold on the ball on 2 strikes. Kevin Dowling would be next if the inning continues. The stretch and the pitch. Missed inside. Titan crowd wanted the call, but it didn't happen, and the at-bat continues. Berger has retired 7 straight. He kicks and fires here, fouled straight back, and will continue on in this at-bat. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out in the inning. And the delivery. Popped up into the air behind home plate, a mile high. That'll land on top of us again, and the count holds at 2-2. Started this tournament last Thursday morning in beautiful weather. Then had the dual venue scheduling on Friday. There's a swing and a 3-hopper to third base. Glove there near the bag by Logan Smith. Throw to first routine, and that'll end the inning. So that's 8 in a row now set down by Berger. As in the inning for St. Xavier. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. Stretch time here in Joliet. We go bottom 7. It is St. Xavier 7, Indiana South Bend nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. As we head to the bottom of the 7th inning, Indiana South Bend, who had the inside track going into the championship round. They only have needed to win one game, but right now they only have 9 outs to work with as they trail 7-0 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Caleb Farnham now to lead it off here for the Titans. And the first pitch coming in, and that'll be fouled straight back, and it's 0-1 for Farnham. Farnham 0 for 2, a pair of strikeouts in this game, both of the swinging variety. As Nico Saldias has been rolling along now. Just now this will be his 70th pitch of the game. Swing and a miss as Saldias pulled the string on that one. And now 0-2 here to Farnham. He'll be followed by Cole Miller and then Brett Sikorsky here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And right now the Titan offense just not able to solve Saldias here in this game. And the pitch. Swinging a foul at home plate. We'll try it again at 0-2. Titans did not have a base runner through the first 2 innings. 6 up and 6 down. Then they got a leadoff hit from Owen Benson in the 3rd. That was on a bunt single. And then Bell able to single in the 4th, and then Benson again a base hit. But right now, just no traffic on the bases in this game for the Titans. There's a ball high. And it's 1-2 now for Caleb Farnham. Benson, the only Titan to advance as far as second base. Nobody has gone past second for Indiana South Bend on the bases in the game. There's a breaking ball high and away, and it's now 3-2 here to Caleb Farnham. Left-handed batter awaits. Saldias has not had many deep counts to deal with here. Here's the set and the payoff. Sharply hit to the right side, but fielded there at first base by Hauscher. And he will go to the base himself for the unassisted putout. And that'll be out number 1 for the Titans here in inning number 7. 1 away for Cole Miller. Miller is 0 for 2. A ground out and a fielder's choice. That fielder's choice ended the 4th inning for Indiana South Bend. Nico Saldias comes set now. And the pitch. And that'll be in there for a called strike, 0-1. Saldias just outstanding in this game, and he's had great pitch economy as well. 1 out, nobody on base, the 0-1. Swung on, and that'll be rolled out to Smythe at short, throws to first base, and quickly 2 away in the Titans' 7th inning. And the Titans just right now not getting great swings either. Not very many hard hit balls, and they're rolling the grounders almost directly at the infielders right now. Just nothing going on, as that'll bring up Brett Sikorsky. Sikorsky has lined to right and grounded to shortstop, so he's 0 for 2. First pitch, fastball high, 1 ball and no strikes. Well, I'm going to quickly do some back-of-the-envelope math here. As Indiana South Bend trailing by 7 here. And there's a pitch that'll come in down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Saldias looks in for the sign. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Looked like a good curve there, and it's 2-1. So here's the set now by Saldias, and the pitch. Jammed him right back up the middle, and it is going to be gloved near the bag at second by Declan Smythe, who throws to first base, and that'll end the inning. And another 1-2-3 frame for Nico Saldias. As in the inning, once again, no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base, and after 7, it remains St. Xavier 7, Indiana South Bend nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball.
left fielder, number 6, Kevin Dowling.
So here we go now to the top of the 8th inning, and the first pitch will be in for a called strike. And so 0-1 here as Kevin Dowling, top of the order, coming up here for St. Xavier. It'll be Dowling, Hayes, and Orzek due up here for the Cougars. Here's the 0-1, swinging a foul back. And now 0-2 here to Kevin Dowling, who's 3 for 4 in this game. Well, I mentioned earlier on, Robbie Berger, when he came on in the first inning, would likely have to eat up innings, and he has done just that. He's now at 117 pitches in this game. There's a foul ball off to the right out of play. And we'll hold it, no balls and 2 strikes for Dowling. Dowling reached on an error last time up. Prior to that, he was 3 for 3 with 3 singles. No balls, 2 strikes here. Berger has 10 strikeouts in this game, and an inside-out swing and a slow roller out to second. Charging there is Devin Smith, gloving, throwing, and getting the out at first base is Devin Smith. So 1 away for Patrick Hayes. So anyway, during the first 3 games of this tournament, the Titans averaged 8 runs a game. Then they only scored 2 against St. Xavier in game 1 of this championship round yesterday. That reduced it to 6.5 a game as far as their average goes. There's a swing and a foul to the right, and if they're shut out here, I'm going to have to still try to figure that out as I'll try to compute that. 0-1 to Hayes. And a foul ball down the right field line, and that will curl onto the grass, onto the berm down the right field side. So if they do not score in this game, it would be 26 runs then in the 5 games. So that would be just over 5 runs a game, their average. But in this championship round, that Titan offense has been almost silenced. There's a soft liner caught at shortstop there by Brett Sikorsky for out number 2. So 2 away for Evan Orzek. So if the Titans do not score here, they will go from averaging 8 runs a game through the first 3 to averaging 1 run per game over the last 2 in this championship round. 2 out, nobody on here. Here's Orzek, who struck out last time up. He struck out swinging. Takes the first pitch here, down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. We play in the top of the 8th inning. 7-0 St. Xavier. Cougars jumping out to a 5-run lead in the first inning and have not looked back in this game. Pop up left side, foul territory. And that'll just go into the seats about 4 rows in. So now 1-1 the count. Declan Smythe would be next if the inning continues for St. Xavier. The set by Robbie Berger. There's a swing and a ball sent foul, and so now it's going to be 1-2. Berger a strike away from strikeout number 11. He's been great, allowing 2 earned runs early on, but he has shut down for the most part the St. Xavier offense. Here's the next pitch, swinging a little foul tapper. It'll be back into the right of home plate. And we'll try it again at a ball and 2 strikes. Just a few minutes shy of the 2-hour mark of this game. Game played at a very good pace. As there's a swing and a ball cued up the third base line. Glove near the base at third by Logan Smith. Throw across in time, and another 1-2-3 inning in the books. No runs, no hits, no errors. No one left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It is St. Xavier up 7-0 over Indiana South Bend, and you're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. We head now to the bottom of the 8th inning. And Indiana South Bend running out of outs. They trail 7-0 in the ball game. Owen Benson has started off here now for the Titans. Benson is 2 for 2 in this game, a pair of singles. As here's Nico Saldias into the wind of the first pitch, actually out of the stretch, and there's a swing and a foul back. 0-1 to Benson, bottom third of the order coming up for the Titans. And they need to string a long line of hits and base runners together to try to get back into this game. No balls and 1 strike the count. And the delivery. Breaking ball high and tight, and that evens it up now, 1-1. So far, a combined 20 strikeouts. I said earlier we were around 20, but not quite there, and now we're at the 20 strikeout mark. Swinging a foul off to the right out of play, and it is 1-2. Saldias with 9, and Berger with, now, let's see here. Are we at 20? I was mentioning to somebody earlier on today about my poor mathematical skills, as there's a pitch down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Berger has 10, and Saldias now being shown with 9, so that not quite, obviously, yet to 20 strikeouts combined in this game. Swinging a foul back. We nearly had one there as it's 2-2. What's been impressive as well for Nico Saldias is that Saldias has had, we mentioned it earlier on, great pitch economy in this game. He has come up with just a tremendous performance here when his team needed it in the championship matchup. There's a swing and a miss, and there is combined strikeout number 20. As the strikeout duel between the starter Saldias and the Titan reliever Robbie Berger continues. They're both now at 10. And 1 away in the inning for Devin Smith. That reminds me way back when I'm going to date myself here, as it's a righty versus lefty matchup. And Smith flares that one foul down the left field line, and it's 0-1. For several years, the legendary left-hander Steve Carlton was battling the equally legendary right-hander, the fireballer Nolan Ryan, for the all-time lead in strikeouts. Swinging a grounder wide of first foul. 0-2. And they went back and forth for the career lead in strikeouts for a good while there. And that kind of performances here tonight, kind of reminiscent of that pitcher versus pitcher battle. As there's a foul ball. And now 0-2 remains the count. I believe Nolan Ryan emerged, and by quite a bit, because I think Steve Carlton retired. But literally, they would have a lead change in that record category within days of each other. There's a ball high, 1-2, if not on the same day. One and two here to Devin Smith. There's a swing and a foul back into the screen, and we'll try it again. 1 out, nobody on base, bottom of the 8th inning in a 7-0 ball game here at Dooley Health and Care Field in Joliet, Illinois. Great to have been able to call the conference tournament again this year. I've lost track of how many years it is. There's a swing and a miss, and that is the second out of the inning. And now Saldias has taken the lead in the game for total strikeouts with 11. And that brings up Josiah Nelson. And now we have a pinch hitter coming up for Indiana South Bend. As 2 out, nobody on here in the 8th inning. And there's the first pitch from Saldias coming in up high. 1 ball, no strikes. Hunter Bedell, 6'3" senior, now pinch hitting in the number 9 spot in the order. Right-handed batter awaits, and a swing and a miss at a ball that came inside on him, and the count even now at 1-1. Bedell, wide stance, angled to the left side of the infield. And the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Another really great pitch there. Ball was diving down in the zone, and Bedell swung over it. And now he's behind at 1-2. And Saldias again now has a chance to strike out the side. It would be the second time in this game he will have done that. He did so in the first inning. Trying again here. The kick and the delivery. Just missed on the outside corner, and that equals the count now at 2-2. Titans have been able to just scatter 3 hits in this game, as they have been shut out in the contest by Saldias. The right-hander deals. Started to swing. The pitch came in up high. And the at-bat will continue now at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. A little bit of drama here. We'll see if the St. Xavier starter can get another strikeout. And the pitch, high and away, ball 4, and that'll be a 2-out walk. So Bedell spoils the effort at striking out, or at least at the 1-2-3 inning, as Nico Saldias issues his first walk of the game. And now a meeting at the mound here. And let's see if that'll be it after a just sterling performance here for Nico Saldias. The meeting continues. Let's see if the right-hander stays in the ball game. Home plate umpire heading out. Just past the 2-hour mark of this ball game. And Saldias will stay in the game. He is at 98 pitches. And now back to the top of the order in Anthony Pohl. Pohl is 0 for 3. A strikeout, a ground out, and a pop out to the shortstop last time up. First pitch down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Titans trying to break through here. They trail 7-0, bottom of the 8th inning in the CCAC Tournament Championship matchup. It's been all St. X so far. 1 hopper back to Saldias. Gloves, drops it, now runs over to first base, underhands, and that'll end the inning. And a fist pump there from the right-hander as he comes off the field and toward the dugout. And he's surrounded by his teammates as he gets the out there and gets around the 2-out walk in the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, a walk, 1 left on base. We go to the 9th. It is 7-0 St. X. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball.
Off the 19% Xavier. Number 11, Declan Smythe.
Here we go now to the top of the 9th inning. 7-0 St. Xavier the lead. Declan Smythe now to lead it off here for St. Xavier. And the first pitch, and that'll be in for a called strike, 0-1. as that would be pitch number 128 in relief for Robbie Berger. Righty versus righty, and the pitch. And that'll be a heater. Looked like Berger overthrew that one a little bit, and the count even now at 1-1. Well, it may sound strange to say this, but after the first 7 runs were scored in the first 2 innings for St. Xavier, since then it's been quite literally a pitcher's duel with a lot of strikeouts. There's a ball low. You don't often see a pitcher's duel in a 7-0 game, but you've been able to watch it here tonight. If you've been with us on our live stream throughout the ball game, there's a curve. That'll miss. It looked like just a little bit high. And that makes it 3-1 to the leadoff hitter, Declan Smythe, here in the 9th inning. Smythe, Zerillo, and Ryan do up for the Cougars. There's a swing and a high fly ball curling toward the right field foul line. Long run here, but a good jump there by Cole Miller in right, and he reels it in for out number 1. So 1 away for Darren Zerillo. Zerillo is 2 for 4, a pair of singles and 2 runs batted in. Bats here with 1 out in the top of the 9th inning. Berger comes set now, and there's another high fly ball, this time to fairly deep left field, but again, clearly playable, and Nelson back to make the play in left for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down, and that brings to the plate Sam Ryan. Ryan, 2 for 3 with a walk and 2 RBIs. Both RBIs came back in the first inning in that 5-run uprising. And it looks like it may hold up here. There's a called strike 0-1 to Sam Ryan. Berger leans in, and the pitch. And this is hit well to left center field. Dropping quickly, diving attempt there in center field, and holding the ball aloft is Owen Benson, who makes the grab as he spreads out on the turf there on a great defensive play to end the 9th inning. He robs Sam Ryan of his 3rd hit of the ball game. So in the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Last chance here for Indiana South Bend. We go bottom 9. It is St. Xavier 7, Indiana South Bend nothing. You're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. All right, we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Nico Saldias warming up to the strains of Timmy Trumpet there during the break as we go into the bottom of the 9th inning. Saldias right now at 100 pitches for the game. Has struck out 11, walked 1. He'll try to finish this game off and send his team to the CCAC championship. Logan Smith will lead it up now here for the Titans of Indiana South Bend. 2, 3, and 4 in the Titan order to up. First pitch, a heater up high, 1 ball, no strikes. And the Cougar bullpen right now is quiet. Smith is 0 for 3 in this game with 3 strikeouts. The pitch. Started a swing, held up, and an appeal to the infield umpire. No swing there, and it's 2-0 for Logan Smith. Smith, the 3 strikeouts, all of the swinging variety. Here's the set now in the 2-0. Curve in there for a called strike. And it's 2-1. Both teams still on the top steps of the respective dugouts here. Bottom of the ninth inning. And the pitch. Fastball upstairs, 3-1. Brendan Bell next, then it would be Caleb Farnham. And then Cole Miller if we continue on that far. Here comes the 3-1. Swung on, and that'll be fouled off, and that'll fill it up. 3-2. St. Xavier 5 in the first, 2 in the second inning. And they have shut down the Titan offense in this championship series. Winning yesterday 4-2. There's a swing and a foul off to the right side out of play. And now they're trying to complete a shutout win here to take the CCAC title. Three and 2 to Logan Smith, who had that memorable home run. We talked about it earlier in the game. The pitch, missing outside, ball 4, and that's a leadoff walk here for Indiana South Bend. Just the second free pass issued here by Saldias. And here's Brendan Bell, who also had a memorable home run in the grand slam when he hit the grand slam against Roosevelt. And I was mentioning yesterday that I think that might be the most important hit for the Titans of this tournament. They were trailing early 5-1 early in their game against Roosevelt. That was a winner's bracket game, and the grand slam tied the game at 5 and just changed the momentum around. That'll be it now for Nico Saldias, who gets a great hand from the crowd here. Gets a lot of congratulations from his teammates, and now we'll have a new pitcher come into the game. And we'll tell you about the new man on the mound for the Cougars after this timeout. Bottom 9, 1 on, nobody out. It is St. X leading at 7-0 over the Titans of Indiana South Bend. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. All right, Heath Mann is on the mound now for St. Xavier. He has been great as well in 2 relief appearances in this tournament. And he got the win. He was given credit for the win in the game against Indiana South Bend yesterday. As the first pitch from Mann, the righty, deals, and it's in for a called strike to Brendan Bell. Mann went 3 2/3 in the game yesterday. And all zeros across his pitching line with one exception, 5 strikeouts. There's a swing and a foul. 0-2 to Brendan Bell. Mann had an equally impressive performance in one of the earlier elimination games. And he is on here to try to close it out after Nico Saldias. Just really almost a Hall of Fame performance here in this game. There's a ball low and away. 1-2 now here to Brendan Bell. Bell grounded out to second his last time up. He is 1 for 3 in this game. 7-0, bottom of 9. And the pitch here from the right-hander man, up and in. And that'll even it up now, 2-2. One out, nobody on, reverse that. No out and a runner at first here for Indiana South Bend. They need a long rally here. There's a throw to first base and the runner back in. Two balls, two strikes here. Bell waits, and that one down and away. 3-2. Bell back into the batter's box. As man comes set now, and the payoff. Swinging a foul off to the right, out of play. And will hold at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Good battle here between Mann and Bell. Saldias, the starter, is responsible for the runner at first base for the record. Here's the payoff. And a chopper over the mound. Charging Smythe at shortstop. Gloves and throws to first base on a nicely executed play there for the first out of the inning. Smith goes to second. 1 away in the inning. That was a high chopper over the mound, and Declan Smythe came charging in and made the play, and in one motion tossed to first base for the first out of the inning. And now Caleb Farnham will bat. Farnham grounded out 3 unassisted his last time up. He is 0 for 3 in this game with a pair of strikeouts. Righty versus lefty here, and the pitch from Heath Mann. Missing high and away, 1 ball and no strikes. And unless there's a line-out double play, Cole Miller will be able to bat next here for the Titans. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of 9, 7-0 St. Xavier. And the 1-0 from Mann. Swung on and a sharply hit grounder knocked down behind third base there. Better than that, as Hauscher made a diving stop, smothering the ball with his glove. Gets up and runs to first base for the tremendous unassisted put out there, and that's the second out of the inning. Logan Smith, the third on the play, 2 away, and St. Xavier now 1 out away, and that'll leave it up to Cole Miller. Miller will, in fact, bat. As we are on the precipice of the end of this tournament. It's been a great honor again calling the conference tournament here in 2023. First pitch here. And that'll be in there for a called strike 0-1. My thanks to Dave Laquetta, athletic director for the host school here at the University of St. Francis. Also our stats personnel throughout the games. Dave Laquetta, Chris Gabor. There's the ball outside. Josh Wallfish and Greg Gorham. And our alternate site at Trinity Christian. My thanks to them. And our great thanks as well to Jake DiLorenzo and Alex Milcars, who've been in charge of the production of the web stream here. Really a great tournament put on again this season. There's a ball high and away. As the count goes now to 2 balls and a strike to Cole Miller. And as always, our great thanks to all of you tuning in throughout the tournament. It's been another great one to call. Now time will be called. As here's the set now and the pitch. That'll be a jam shot back to the screen, and now it is 2-2, and St. Xavier 1 strike away from ending a shutout victory for the CCAC championship. Also thanks to Alex Shelley calling 3 of the games on the tournament this year. Aaron Shelley. My thanks to Aaron. As here's the set now, and the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, and that'll be looped in the right center field, slicing in the gap. That'll drop in for a base hit. That'll spoil the shutout as Logan Smith scores, and it's a 7-1 ball game. Ball lofted in the right center field. So Cole Miller picks up an RBI and keeps the game going for Brent Sikorsky, who will bat.
Shortstop, number 21.
So Brett Sikorsky will bat here. He is 0 for 3 tonight. And Heath Mann will have to face at least one more batter. Swinging a pop foul left side, that'll be out of play. 0-1 the count here. So run in and a runner aboard with 2 away in the inning. Here's the set now and the pitch. In there for a called strike, and that makes it 0-2. Owen Benson on deck. 7-1 ball game here in the bottom of the 9th inning. St. Xavier poised to celebrate here. And the pitch. Swinging a foul back. Good job there by Sikorsky. Got around on it there and got the end of the bat on the ball and popped it in the air behind home plate. New set of baseballs brought out to the home plate umpire. No balls, 2 strikes. Heath Mann comes set. The kick and the pitch. Popped up foul. Back of home plate again on a play. And we'll stay at 0-2. Sikorsky is lined out and grounded out to shortstop twice. The line out was to right field. Here comes the 0-2. Up and away, and the at-bat continues, a ball and 2 strikes. Well, the anticipation here for St. Xavier almost probably unbearable here as they want to start to celebrate. Here's the kick in the 1-2. High pop-up, this should do it. Back behind third in foul territory. Zerillo reaches up, makes the catch, and the St. Xavier Cougars are the 2023 Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference Baseball Tournament champions. A lot of caps being thrown into the air as St. Xavier celebrates. As they pile up near the left edge of the pitcher's mound. As the Cougars score 7 in the first 2 innings of this game. And that offensive output holding up. And the Cougars are the champions. And a well-earned championship as well. They won their opening game, lost their second game, and then they ran the table moving through the elimination bracket, having to win 5 games. The only team that needs to win more than that is the first team eliminated. And it would be interesting to go back. I don't have that total here, but be interesting to go back to see how many teams have been able to put together 5 games from the elimination bracket to go on and win the CCAC championship. So we're ready here now for the presentation. St. Xavier right now continuing to celebrate here. As we will await the presentation of the championship plaque. All the coaches and trainers now coming out to join the Cougars. As Indiana South Bend, a great run in this tournament. They won their first 3 to get to the championship round undefeated. But St. Xavier winning the opening game of the title round 4-2, and they cruise here in the championship matchup to eliminate the Titans and win the CCAC championship. And now we'll try to pick up Dave Laquetta on the public address for the championship presentation.
Presenting tonight's plaque is the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference Commissioner Jeff Schimmelpenning. To the captains and the members, of the Cougars of St. Xavier University. Congratulations also to Indiana University South Bend for advancing to the CCAC Tournament Championship game tonight and their incredible run during the tournament. Thanks also to the Joliet Slammers for allowing the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference to again host the 2023 CCAC tournament here. Thank you to the entire staff of the University of St. Francis baseball program for all they did throughout the week, especially Coach Brian Mahalik. And so many others. Also like to thank our CCAC broadcaster who does this every year, Tom Westenfeld. He was assisted by Aaron Shalin this year. And Tom has done an incredible job throughout the years, bringing all the great memories of the CCAC tournament through the live stream each and every year. Thanks also to the training staffs of all the teams.
And my thanks to Dave Laquetta for that fine word. That fine compliment on the public address. And our great thanks to all of you who've tuned in as St. Xavier just a moment ago. You saw it on the live stream posing for a photograph with the championship banner, and they were holding it off the championship plaque. A very well-deserved championship for St. Xavier and a great tournament as well for Indiana South Bend, but they just come up short. And so St. Xavier, the 2023 CCAC champions. And again, we've enjoyed bringing you the live streams throughout the tournament. We started last Thursday morning at 10 a.m., and we went the distance here this year. All 15 games, first time in a while. But it was great fun to watch and great fun to call. And good luck to both St. Francis and St. Xavier in the NAIA World Series opening round representing the CCAC. So that'll wrap it up here for our championship coverage here in 2023. Again, the final here in the championship game. St. Xavier 7 and Indiana South Bend 1. We hope to see you again next year. Have a great summer, everybody. And as we leave the air, we thank you again and remind you from Dooley Health and Care Field in Joliet, Illinois, you are tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. And until we speak to you again, this is Tom Westenfeld. Again, thanks so much for being with us. And for now, from Joliet, we wish you all a very pleasant good night.